They're talking sports and what's going on again. It's Jay and Immi breaking it down for the fans. Nothing gets past them. Tap in and catch them. Jay and Immi. C2CSN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing today? We are live on an afternoon special, April 1st, 2026 on the Jay And Immi Show. I'm your host, Immi, alongside with Jay. How you doing today, Jay?
Great, man. How you doing today? How's life treating you today?
Oh, man, great, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, man. And, man, I mean, look, actually, today, Jersey weather is not that bad. Weather is not that bad. And we got, speaking of Jersey, we got one of the greatest talents to come out of Jersey, Josh Treadwell, today. All right, he will be on our show, and we'll be talking about his pro basketball experiences and everything like that. We got to talk about the Knicks, your New York Knicks, Jarrell.
My Knicks. Those aren't my Knicks right now. Those are your
That's
Knicks.
your Knicks.
You can have them. I don't want them right now.
Your New York Knicks.
Oh man, embarrassing.
And what did you think of Alvarado yesterday, bro?
I mean, he tried to do this thing, but I want Kolek. Is that crazy to say? I'd rather Kolek.
No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all, to be honest.
As long as I'm not crazy, I just think Kolek would be a better guy coming off the bench. But I'm not the coach, so I can't do anything. I'm just here. I just talk.
Yeah. So, man, like I said, we're gonna give you guys a great treat today by talking about one of Jersey's finest. Okay, and let me tell you something. I've coached different leagues, different collegiate level, this and that, especially in the Jersey area, as you guys know, and some way, some doubt, whether it's a coach, whether it's a player, they all have heard of this guy. Okay, because this guy, not only and we're going to talk about his whole history and everything like that, is up and coming from Newark, and then obviously playing in multiple different collegiate levels, and then obviously professional levels. But he's a community guy. Like, stays true to Jersey. He's always doing things and helping the community, helping people out. So a big shout out. We have our guest right now, Mr. Josh Treadwell. How you doing today?
What's going on, man? How y'all? What's up with y'all?
Good, man. How you doing? How you doing today?
Man, everything is good, man. Just trying to get back 100%. Coming back from overseas, I'm just trying to get my legs back under me and all of that stuff, so I can start playing again, man. How y'all feeling?
Amazing, man.
Great.
Amazing.
It's a good
Yeah,
day
bro.
today.
I mean, look, I would say, Josh. I mean, we know each other for quite some time now, and I'm just gonna say, bro, especially representing Jersey, man, Jersey ballers and everything like that. You're definitely one of the elites and one of the, everybody in LA Fitness. They all know who you are. So let's backtrack all of that though. Like, talk about I guess the beginning days of your basketball journey. I mean, but what were you always into basketball? Like, it was something sport? Some people, I know, they make a switch around high school. They realize they're tall, they're athletic. Maybe they should get into that. Was basketball one of your first loves? How did it all start?
So basketball wasn't my first love. It was actually soccer.
Sheesh.
Oh, yeah, right. It was soccer. So my parents, pretty much, I have two older brothers, so they've always been into basketball. But my parents was like, you know what, let's try to have Josh do something different. So when we were living in Newark, it was like a little soccer, like a junior soccer league, pretty much, that I was playing in. And I think I just flipped the switch because I will always see them come out. I will always see my two older brothers play basketball, and I'm doing something else, and I always wanted to be like them. Yeah. So it was just one morning. I just woke up and I was like, yeah, Ma, Dad, I don't want to do this no more. I think I want to play basketball. So I pretty much just been following my older brother's footsteps, and I really didn't take it serious until like high school, really, like 8th grade, going into like high school.
Eighth
Wow.
grade to high
Wow.
school, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
quick question, Josh. What's the age gap between you and your older brothers?
3 years.
Okay, so you guys are close enough that there was like significant competition in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. My brothers were like so much more advanced than I was growing up. My oldest brother was actually like the one we thought that was like seriously was gonna make it, cause he was just that talented. He really was. But I think what kind of like shifted his circumstances per se was the fact that he went to school down south, and
Mm.
it wasn't really much like schools recruiting kids from like small high schools in South Carolina.
Yeah,
Just like
Right.
yeah.
you
They basically don't set you up right for the next level. Is that what it is?
right. Exactly. So
Yeah.
when we were living down south, um, we would just play basketball just for the fun of it. Like, we compete, yeah, but it was all just good and fun until we came back to Jersey, and all my basketball friends per se, when I was playing AAU, was getting like all these incentives. They was getting college recruitment. They was going on all these college visits. They were like getting all of these like shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these are guys that I'm playing against all the time. So I'm just like, you know what? Like, I want this too for myself. And
Right.
I really started making it happen. And
Yeah.
it was cool, And then eventually, like, it started to get more serious when like my junior going into senior year, because that's like around the time that you're supposed to be getting recruited, getting offers, things like that.
Right. So
Yeah,
actually
man.
just walk us right into that. So you're in high school now. Now you're thinking about like, did you feel like you were D1 talent at that time, or did you feel like you had to really, what was the part of your game that you really feel like you had to like really, work on?
So I was strictly a shooter, strictly a
Okay.
shooter. Like, that's all I did. I just shot the ball. Um, I was a tall, lanky kid that just shot the ball and get rebounds here and there. Like, the school I went to pretty much didn't have like they didn't really get you ready for like Division 1 level. So I wasn't really aware of how good I was, but
Mm.
I've always gotten coaches and like, other people tell me like, hey, you have the talent, you have the upside to be um a Division 1 player. And I believed it. So that actually kind of motivated me much more to just
Yeah, man.
be a player now.
Yeah, bro.
That's good, man. I feel like what's really important that some people overlook, but it's not even about how talented you are. Sometimes it's more about the people surrounding you in your circle. You had those coaches surrounding you in your circle, and you had your older brother surrounding you just to push you and keep thriving. There's a lot of kids out there right now that are talented, but they have no one around them to help push them
Yeah.
there. So that's positive that you had that. That was good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Josh
Yeah,
walked out.
absolutely. I mean, yeah, it'll be on there. I mean, I think, yeah, that's a big point. I mean, that's why I'm not gonna lie, man. Josh knows this because I've obviously knows me as a coach. Well, that's why coaching is such a big. Like, people like you can't undermine coaching, man, especially at a developmental level like high school and college. Man, that's literally what's gonna help you get to the next level. I think we lost Josh for a second, but he'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll be back on the Jay and Immi Show. That's Josh Treadwell. And
Yeah, man, it's
recently,
crazy, man. Growing up in a house with three boys, three brothers, man. I know there must have been like some competitive battles, coming up there. You guys all fighting
he said
for
he was the
everything,
youngest, right?
and he was the youngest, so he fought for the scraps. You got to imagine this guy fought for the scraps for sure. Um,
Yeah.
he said 3 years, I think, between him and his second one. I don't know about him and the oldest one. I didn't ask, but that's it's crazy that it's usually the youngest that comes out on top because they see all the
Yeah.
mistakes being made by the
Yeah.
older one. Look at LaMelo Ball. he came out as the best one. He's seen what
Look at
Lonzo
me.
did. He's seen what LiAngelo did, and he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do better. So it
Look
makes
at me.
sense. Look at me. Look at you.
Yeah. What about you?
Me, I'm the youngest. Look at me.
Look at Jay and Immi.
Yeah, I see the mistake. I've been
Woo!
seeing the mistakes for years.
I've
You
seen
guys,
it.
you guys are doing everything wrong. We'll do
Yeah,
it better. So
100%, man. 100%,
yeah,
man.
man, yeah, man.
I'd say, yeah, bro. Like, you know, and that's a big thing. Bad service. Josh has some bad service where he's at. He just let one of our producers know. All right. So are you gonna put him back on? You gonna put him back on?
Tell Alejandro just flip the switch.
Put him back on when Jay Treadwell's back. We'll have him back on the Jay and Immi Show. So,
Nice.
but just to piggyback a little bit about it, just to talk more about it since we're on the topic, and that is, yeah, man. And here comes the Josh Treadwell. He is back.
My fault, fellas.
He's back. Oh,
Hey man, it happens, man. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you got an overseas basketball player, man. He's probably using one of those overseas cell phones.
He was probably calling us on WhatsApp or something.
I had just got done with PT. I was doing some physical therapy, and you know, just trying to get my body right and stuff. I guess while I was driving, I just kind of had a dead spot, but
nah, that's cool, man. We were just basically piggybacking what you were saying, like, man, or what Jay was saying actually about coaches and like especially at a developmental you know stage like high school, college. These guys can either make or break you. As far as like your future. What were some of your experiences with the coaches like as far as like high school and college?
So when I was in high school, I had pretty good coaches. It was cool. But Kwamu, thank you. But I had good coaches in high school. I think when I went to prep school, that was when I had like the more tougher coach.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta
I was in prep school. I had a game, and we were playing at LIU Brooklyn. We was playing as ASA College, and I was on the bench, and like my coach could tell that I was ready to get in. So he came up to me. He's like, "You ready to get in?" I said, "Yeah, I've been ready." So he walks down to the scores table. He comes back. He's like, "You ain't ready to get in the game. You ain't ready." And I'm just like, "Oh, what you mean?" Like, you know, so like from like that, just moving on, like even in the practices and stuff, he always wanted to be like super intense and stuff. And I think at that time I really wasn't like ready for um a coach like that in a sense, because I didn't have that in high school. And I tell people now, like some of my friends, I was like, we're in high school, like I couldn't play for Hurley because I don't think that my mentality was like strong enough for him, pretty much, you know. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. I mean, it's funny when you left, we were talking a little bit. We said that you know, usually being the youngest one out of, you said you got two brothers, right? The youngest out of three or more siblings, you know, usually you come out on top because you know you get to see all the mistakes being made by the older siblings and what they can do and what you can do, and you just want to do better. And a good comparison was LaMelo Ball. You know, he came out as obviously one of the best ball brothers right now. He got to see what Lonzo and LiAngelo did, and you know, I look at that as your situation right now.
what's your
Josh?
I think we lost him again.
Yeah. It's okay. He's on. He's in and out, in and out. He's producers today, man.
We didn't even get to the overseas part of Josh, but his phone is definitely treating it like overseas. I will say he is not overseas right now.
You want to do a quick announcement for our sponsors because we got to get paid. So today we're sponsored by Amy. You could pull this one off. Oh, sorry. What is that? Is that you?
No, what do you mean? PC Richards?
Yeah, they're the sponsor today.
PC Richards and Sons. What's actually funny about that? They still exist, by the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, PC Richards is sponsoring this, and Josh is back. But right before we put Josh, this show is brought to you by PC Richards and Sons. Get your ass over to a PC Richards while it's still open, while there's still left, and grab yourself a nice TV or radio or some shit, because they're not gonna last too long, because Amazon's taking all that shit up. So,
Amen, brother.
PC Richards and Sons. This is brought to you by PC Richards and Sons. Jay and Immi Show. We are back with the legend.
Back. There we go. All right,
Round
my
3.
fault. We
No,
good. There we go. We
you're
good now.
not in Bahrain, right?
Huh?
You're not in Bahrain, right?
No, I'm back in Jersey.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
Okay.
So, Josh, then you go to Coppin State,
Yeah.
D1. Walk us through that experience.
Yeah. So, my first year I went to Rutgers. I was at Rutgers North.
Okay.
I ain't like it. Like I didn't like that school just for the simple fact that I always wanted to play Division One. Like I guess once I started to hear a lot about how good of a player I could be, and I pretty much like worked towards that. I just knew like I had like high expectations for myself. You know, not to discredit anyone who played Division Three, because Division Three is competitive too. Like even when I played, you know, it was competitive. Um, yeah, it was competitive. So like, I was just like, yeah, you know, I always wanted to play Division One. A lot of my friends played Division One. Um, you know, I just wanted the incentives, bro. It's like who don't want to play at the highest level at the end of the day, especially
Right.
it's like you know, a big thing. So I ended up transferring out of there. I went to Essex County College, a Division Two JUCO. I played 1 year there. So my first year, I pretty much was like around the team, practicing with them, just trying to get acquainted with like everything for the next year when I do play. And then that next year, I played Essex County, went crazy there. I had a few offers. Um, I had an offer from Duquesne, St. Peter's, Fairfield, Coppin, Marist. Um, I know Rhode Island had interest in me. Georgia Tech had interest. Um, Providence, Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a few of those schools, and I chose Coppin.
And I guess talk about, well, since you went through that whole level with JUCO and then obviously D3 and then to D1. Talk about especially guys who are probably maybe in high school right now or have those same aspirations, or even maybe they're JUCO right now. You know, talk about the transition and I guess like the differences in those. I mean, I know most people will say, well, obviously create elite competition, but like talk about like the differences in it. Like what was your initial, like, is it right off the bat like you feel like you're in two different worlds, or how was that?
Uh, so in my for you know for my situation, when
Yeah.
I was in Rutgers North, it felt like I was in JUCO anyway. Like you know, people have
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that thing of JUCO, like, oh, you know, it's dog eat dog world. You know,
Yeah.
you probably sleeping in like a terrible apartment, and you gotta fend for yourself, blah blah, like all that stuff,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
which is true in a
Yeah.
sense. You know, depending on the JUCO you're going to. But like with Rutgers, when I was there, I was promised a lot of things from my coach, like something simple as a dorm, a meal plan. I got nothing. I got none of that stuff. So
Oh, wow.
like I you know, I was living in Edison at the time, traveling downtown North. You know that traffic is insane.
Yeah.
So I had an early class, like 7:30 class. I will always be late for it. Like I was never on time for this class, to the point where they dropped me out of the class. And, you know, I needed another class to pretty much be eligible. You know, you gotta take a certain amount of credits.
Yeah.
So
that was one thing. I was getting my car towed once every week, so I was going through that. Um, you
Struggling.
know,
Yikes.
I had teammates who ain't want to give me no food swipes to get in to eat. So I had to go home, fend for myself, like that type of
Yeah.
thing. So it felt like I was in JUCO already. So when
Mm,
I made that transition to go to Essex County, it was much easier because being that it was just a JUCO and like we didn't really have like a huge budget, my coaches still looked out for me. So it
mm,
was kind of like a much better situation when I went from Rutgers North to Essex County. So I felt more prepared for what I could receive when I commit to go play Division 1. But
mm,
like my advice really, like I would just say like don't let your endpoint in that moment be your for all be all. Like just because you're here, at one stage in your life doesn't mean that you're gonna remain there. And really just takes effort and just trying to like communicate with people, trying to network and things like that. Cause one thing that I did do that kind of separated me from everyone else was I networked. I networked a lot.
right.
Smart.
I spoke to a
Smart.
lot of
Smart.
coaches. I sent a lot of my film out. Like I'm even to this day.
Yeah, I was
Like
just
yeah,
about
I
to
have
say
an
that.
agent, but I'm just like the extra guy now. I'm more of like, okay, look, here's what I have. Here's what I have to show for. If you are interested, whatever, reach out to my agent. Like I'm doing the work that I feel like my agents aren't doing because like I just have like this PTSD kind of energy when it comes to uh someone doing the work for you, especially in basketball too. Like
Right.
basketball could be like a real like crooked industry if you like once you really into it.
Yeah,
Some
man.
people would say
A
they
lot of
can help you,
politics.
right? Like remember when we was on TBT,
Yeah.
how that whole incident.
Great.
Like you
It's a part of our segment. We gotta get into it.
Yeah, so like that right there can be like one thing that helped me be more of a networker and also just being good enough to showcase my skills. So yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay. Sick, man.
Yeah, man. And basically, college is over. I think like I believe you went undrafted, and then at that point
hmm
you're waiting for opportunities. I think you right away go to Czech Republic, right? That was like instantly right away. You made a decision to go overseas. Um, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that.
So that year I went undrafted. So I was talking to agents and stuff when I was a senior in college, and they pretty much was just saying that I'll be G League player at best. Like, okay,
Mm,
you could play in the G League, and then you can also um, pretty much just work your way up, kind of like how the overseas thing was.
right.
And the G League stuff doesn't start until like around Thanksgiving, and I think at that point I was kind of just ready and I also had like my mentors and stuff just give me like an idea of what the overseas life was like. And besides, I always wanted to travel. Like I never thought somebody like me would be traveling around the world just playing basketball and things like that. So I'm like, you know what, like let me just take this chance. So
Yeah.
my
Smart.
first my first deal was in Champions League in the Czech Republic, and I had got that deal probably like a week, 2 weeks before it was time for me to go.
Yeah.
So this whole time I'm like in the summer, like, yeah, let me just stay ready, but also just trying to figure out like, oh, what's the next move? And that was my only offer that I got, like the only offer. So like a lot of teams kind of just like denied me. They were like looking for more vet guards and stuff. And even the team that I signed for, like I didn't play as much because they had a lot of vet guards. So like I was playing like half a game, if that, sometimes.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a struggle. It was my first year overseas. I couldn't go home for any breaks, and I'm just here alone trying to figure it out. So I would say like that was probably like my toughest year.
Is it like when you get to overseas, sometimes they'll look at some of these Americans and they'll be like, "Hey, look, man, we got an American." Like, is there any like, I guess you could say, somewhat like, do they like drool over like American players, or not so much, or they don't care?
No, it really just depends on the country, really. So
Okay.
like every country I went to pretty much I was like the most reliant player. Like, they bring Americans over because they want you to pretty much lead them to the promised land. Like, I think only one country kind of felt a little indifferent about it. Not necessarily indifferent, but like they thought that they were just as good as Americans. And that was when I was in France.
Mhm.
Really?
When I was in France, I guess, they
Right.
got Wimbenyama, they got Evan Fournier, they got Tony Parker, they got Boris Diaw, they got all these French players.
What years did you play in France?
I was there in 2023.
Oh, okay, recently. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't too long ago. So around that time, they got all these French players. I guess they felt like they were like just as good as Americans. So like, yeah, I played a big part in it, but like at times it felt like they didn't need me. Like the coach sometimes made me feel like I was needed, and then sometimes made me feel like I wasn't needed
Mm.
because he was like, all right, well, like we also want to develop our guys too, but we still have Josh here to kind of just help us or lead us. So yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. And then obviously, so I guess we'll walk through it. So we were in France, and I remember you always talking about how you loved France, and I would say,
Yeah.
now, uh, you've been in Czech Republic. I think were you in?
So my first year I was in Czech. After that, I did 2 years in Mexico. I played in
Oh wow.
LMVP.
Nice.
Let's just hear it right
Yeah.
now, bro. Which is the best out of all the places you played overseas? And then, once again, I want to kind of do like a shout out to all the youngins out there who are probably going to have to start thinking about playing overseas wherever they are in their career right now. And there are a lot of, and this, when I coach the levels of obviously high school and college, some of them already come to me and say, "Hey, coach, I just want to play in Italy. Hey, coach, I just want to play in France." Like some of them, they'll be real with them. They'll
Yeah.
be like, "Look, that's what my I guess you could say my limit is. That's what my ceiling is. Like I just want to work up to that." And it's not bad. It's a realistic goal, but
Yeah.
with your experiences, I guess you could say all over the place, from Middle East to Europe to
Yeah.
South America.
Who
What's
treated you the best?
yeah,
Um, I say what treated me the best. Off the court, I would say like France. France, I
yeah.
love France. I was in the south
You
of
love France. I
France.
remember you always love France.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to go back like there or like Portugal or something. But I think on the court, when I was in Morocco. Actually, the video that's up now, this one, because the coach
Okay.
there, I think of all the coaches I had, he believed in me the most. Like
Mm,
he saw my talent for exactly what it was. Like every other coach would be like, yeah, you're a great player, blah blah. But we also have this, and that can pretty much put you in good positions, which is the right thing to say. But like, I just think like with my coach in Morocco, we had conversations about everything, like what my future looks like, where I can play at. He's like telling people about me. He's putting me onto other agencies. He's putting me onto other teams because he believes in me that much. Most coaches that I've like played for, like never done that for me. So like on the court, I see Morocco for sure. But like
really, and that's the most
living,
recent, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Hands
and
down,
living, I would say France, and then I will also say Bahrain too. But the whole World War III thing is going on,
I
so
was
Yeah.
just about to
it
ask
was
you.
good
So,
until it
Tough time.
wasn't.
Tough time. Tough time.
talk to us about that, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're out there probably thinking about your next game, ball, and all of a sudden you hear like what's going on?
Bro, all right. So, I grew up in Newark, bro. So I've seen it all. I think
Thanks.
seeing a flying drone and a missile in the air is way
Yeah,
different than
it's a little,
hearing a gunshot, bro.
yeah.
So this is how I pretty much started. So this was about a Wednesday. I had a game Friday. I was asleep and I just hear three loud booms, boom, boom, boom. And you know what, to kind of rewind that. So Bahrain is a small island. It's a small island. It's like a tiny island. So it's Iran is like huge, Then obviously you got the Strait of Hamas, and then this tiny little island is Bahrain. So Bahrain is very U.S. influenced because they have the U.S. Navy base there. So like being in Bahrain, you'll feel like you're at home. Like legit, you'll feel like at home. You can walk the street, whatever. You know, you see Bahrainis, you see Arabs, but you'll also see a lot of Americans.
Right.
So it was pretty much like the best of both worlds. Like I had nice malls, but I also had like American food there and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So it was great. So to go to the story, I made a friend out there who was actually a retired Navy officer. So I needed some shoes. They sell sneakers on the Navy base. So when I got to the Navy base, I kid you not, I was probably there for like 20, 25 minutes. Um, the alarm started going off on the Navy base. They heard that there was a threat, like somebody was going to shoot, that they're going to send missiles to the U.S. base. So
Yeah.
everybody had to clear. So now I'm like, oh, hold up, like I ain't even supposed to be here for real. I feel like
Right.
Right.
so where me and my boy Alan, we're just leaving the Navy base, whatever. He telling me like, oh, they talking about shooting they talking about blowing this up. So that now they're getting everybody out. So I say 2 days later, all I hear is three booms, boom, boom, boom. And mind you, I live but 12 minutes from the base. So I could see the
Damn.
missiles in the air. Like I could see them in the air. I see them hitting the base and they're just bombing the base. I just keep bombing the base. And they just kept hitting that one specific spot. They wasn't hitting nowhere else. They just kept hitting that one specific spot. I woke up and I'm calling like my teammates. I'm like, yo, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? And they're taking it as a joke. So now it's like getting me mad because I'm like, wait, this is a joke to y'all? Like, what type of shit is this? But they're used to that. Obviously, they're used to it. They've this is this is probably normal to them. As long as they're not getting hit or anything like that, they're fine.
Yeah.
So the first day I was like anxious. I say I ain't gonna lie, I was scared, but I was more anxious because I was trying to figure out my escape route.
Right.
Like I was
I
like, you
remember
know
that.
what?
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
like,
that.
you know
Word.
what? This basketball joint is over. I don't care. They talking about resuming it 2, 3 days later. It's over. I'm out.
Right.
So once the bombs start hitting, they close down the airport. So in Bahrain, it's one way in, one way out. It's literally a long bridge called the King Fahad Causeway.
Hmm.
It takes you into Saudi Arabia. And when you're in Saudi Arabia, you could pretty much just migrate to like the other countries. But you can't drive from Bahrain to like Qatar or something like you know how we drive to New York, or
Yeah.
we drive to like Florida or some. It's
Yeah.
literally one way in and one way out. And Iran, they was talking about blowing up the highway. So if you blew up the causeway, you literally have no
Yeah.
no way of getting
Yeah.
out of Bahrain because the airport was closed. And because Saudi was so far from everything that was going on, that was the only place that you could fly out of. So that's pretty much what I ended up doing. But I
Yeah.
finished out the season
I
though,
was just
which is
about to ask
crazy,
you.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That was
But you
coming on
did
my next
finish
one.
the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished out the
Yeah.
season because they were like, look, the Kings of Bahrain, they've been so proactive. Bahrain has the number one defense system in the Middle East. So after the first day, I would just see a drone in the air and I just see it blow up. I see a missile come in and blow up in the air. One they hit one, it hit an oil refinery, but that was it. Only one person died because the debris fell on them. It was just unfortunate, like wrong place, wrong time. Dude
Mm,
just walking,
Oh man.
right.
and the drone got intercepted. The debris fell on him, caught on fire, and he died. Like it's just like that type
Yeah.
of thing. But it got from being scary to being annoying because it was just like I'm trying to sleep now, can't sleep. You hear a bomb. Or like you know how you get those Amber Alerts on your phone? We
Yeah.
was getting those saying that like, oh, there's an imminent threat. Just make sure y'all stay inside, stay safe. And then like a couple minutes later, you'll get another one like, okay, it's all clear now. So it was like going through that was nerve wracking, really. So to say, I say it's nerve wracking, yeah. Crazy experience though.
Yeah, bro. That's one thing that you gotta definitely put. It's an experience. It's crazy that you had to go through that, especially because you probably went in there not even thinking that was gonna happen. Because some of those Gulf countries, like the Arab Gulf countries, they're just chilling. They're just about luxury and they're about trying
Exactly.
to be who's gonna have the highest skyscraper. That's what they're
Yep.
worried about. You
Literally,
know.
that's all you care
They're worried
about.
about the
Money,
money.
oil, and how tall a building is. Yep.
Facts. So that's the
I'm
last thing
telling
you
you.
think you'd be worried about is like being caught in a freaking war zone. But
I'm glad you
uh,
made it out safe, man.
Appreciate it,
Mhm.
bro.
Glad you made it out
I
safe.
couldn't panic because if I
mhm,
panicked, then my family was gonna panic, and that was the last thing I wanted. So I
yeah,
Right.
would just be on Facebook every day, pretty much just keeping them updated with everything that's going on, and just have my phone in my hand for when they call. And I had they calling me like, "Yo, like when you coming home? When you coming home?" And I'm like, "Yo, like I'm fine. Like don't worry about it. Like they're not sending bombs and stuff over our way. Mind you, they sending drones and missiles our way every day. But then it started to like really reduce though. Like it'd be like one missile, two drones, and then it'd be one drone, and then the next day it'd be like four missiles, and then the next day it'd be nothing. And then like 5 in the morning, you'll hear a drone get intercepted. Like that's literally how it was going.
yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
man.
just like Jay said, man. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy you came back alive.
On the
Came
line,
back,
right?
Well,
yeah, bro. Because you just
Telling
not even realize that.
and
Um,
you're in the trenches, man. So
I'm
you made it
telling
back.
you.
What could be
I
on
was
have you on this call?
right, yeah, seriously, because there was, I think the most like frustrating part was that they were just making fun of it. Like I would talk to like the soccer players about it and stuff, just get some insight because like a lot of the stuff that you seen like on the news in America and stuff wasn't really happening over in the Middle East. Like
yeah,
I say the only accurate thing was the bombs hitting Lebanon and Tel Aviv.
Mm.
You seen like 20 missiles going that way? Yeah,
yeah.
but when they were saying like bombs was hitting Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, and stuff like that, they're mostly getting intercepted. There was a bomb, there was a missile that hit a hotel in Dubai,
Mm.
but other than that, majority of them was just being intercepted. But they closed
And they
all
and
the
they rocked the
airports.
Dubai hotel. Yeah, the airport. They rocked the
Yeah.
airport
So
too.
like,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
closed all the airports because they said at that point in time they couldn't tell between an enemy flight and a commercial flight. So it's like you don't want to be on that plane and then you get hit with a drone. Now you're done. It's just
Yeah,
like
nah, for facts,
so.
bro.
Yeah, them
Yeah,
airports still
nah.
closed too. By the way, just only Saudi Arabia is open.
What's like realistically, how close? You said it was close by the base.
Yeah, bro. I was separated by some water. So like outside of my apartment, it's like big, big water. People go fishing and stuff. It's nice. It's a really nice view. And then like you could see like the downtown area is just called Manama Jafir. And you could kind of see the US base and you just see like the missiles and the drones just hitting it. So like you see all the smoke in the air and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It was tough. It was
Uh,
tough. Man.
yeah,
Tough.
it's one of those things, bro, where you're gonna have a story for the rest of your life to talk about that, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
right.
at the end of the day, bro, that's what's crazy about it is like we all knew about from the news, like, yo, this is what's happening in Bahrain, this is what's happening in Dubai, this is what's happening, and it's like obviously these wars are happening, these missiles are being hit. But
Hmm.
is how many of us know someone in Bahrain at the same time it's happening?
Yeah, right.
Not
Exactly.
many. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not many.
It's,
No,
But
yeah, I mean,
there is a lot of Americans there though. There are a lot of Americans there. A lot. Because
Josh,
they
I
all
wanted
in
to
this.
touch about this part of our lives.
Oh
we're gonna
man.
we're gonna give a little intro about this, man, because this is where politics and when Josh was talking about earlier today, like, man, there's so many other things happen in well, I don't care what it is, bro, all the way to freaking varsity to the pro leagues and you guys seeing what's happening right now with Ivy.
Hmm.
That at the end of the day, bro, there's an agenda, there's politics, there's all these things
Yeah.
that happen.
Yeah.
that are playing inside. But I'll give my take a little bit. And I want to hear Josh's. So this was the TBT tournament for you guys. Remember the TBT tournament?
Hmm.
There was a team called Tim Thomas Ballers. Um, in fact, I was actually the one who told Tim Thomas about you, and right away, instantly, he knew. He was like, "Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Josh." So you knew? Did you know Tim before that?
Yeah, because I played players.
Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. So I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell Josh about joining." He was like, "Yeah, I know him." I was like, "All right, sounds good, man." Anyways, I was gonna give my take. We came in. Tim Thomas was like, I met him and his whatever coaching staff or whatever. It was just basically him. And then we started to get a bunch of more recruits, and obviously a lot of, was mainly all D1 talent, some overseas players, and uh, basically Tim Thomas just was like, "Yo, coach," he was telling me, you handle this, because he went to California. And so we were doing the
Yeah.
practices. I was running the practices. I was running the system. Josh was a big part of this team. Obviously, the offense, everything's like, we're getting ready for this TBT tournament. As soon as the day arrives for the TBT tournament, Chris
Bro,
Smith arrives.
he brought a whole new team, like a whole new starting five,
bro,
Oh, wow.
plus like two other players. He started all five of the players he brought
bro, he
and left
started
us.
everybody. And you know, the beloved coach that you see there all the way on the right side of
Who's
that
that guy in the
picture,
suit?
which is yours truly, and you see Josh in the middle. He told me
Yeah.
to take a hike, bro. He was like, "Yo, you could just stand by this, like he was basically saying like, yo, just stand, like you don't like I'm not gonna be running shit, basically."
Yeah.
Remember that? He was like,
Yeah, he wasn't trying to let you on the bench. I
yeah, he
remember.
wasn't even trying to let me like be on the bench and like run shit. He was just like, "Yo, you just be in the back, like fine." So we were this team that you see on the screen. We were running the practices. We were running everything. We were preparing for the TBT tournament. Not to mention, I was the main coach doing everything. And I knew I was going to be his assistant coach. I knew he was going to come in and he was going to start. Obviously, it's under him. He paid it. He funded, I believe. But nah, man, that was a complete 180 that just came out of it. So,
It was
and
horrible,
Chris
bro.
Smith, which is J.R. Smith's brother,
Yeah,
he
Yeah, that's
came
my
out of
guys, man. Love them to death. Some brothers.
huh?
I said, love them to death, my brothers.
Yeah, bro.
They, but it was just crazy because it was like we were all walking into the locker room, getting
Yeah.
our jerseys ready,
Oh,
and then next thing you know, you see Chris walk in there, you see William Black, my son Will Blackshear from
yeah.
Louisville.
Yep.
And he had like three other players come in. Tim like, yeah, we're gonna start this five right here. Everybody just be ready. He's just like, yo, what? They ain't even practice with us or
Right.
nothing. Like that's yeah. I was like, yeah, never again. But that's Tim
Facts.
Thomas for you though.
Yeah,
Tim
100%.
just yeah, that's Tim for you for sure.
100%. Tim, yeah, Tim's like that, man.
crazy.
And I've got to know him actually even after, because he started coaching obviously right here, I think Paramus Catholic, and a bunch of other things. And we set up a few scrimmages and we were talking about a few things that we were going to do with each other. But yeah, nah, bro, there's a lot of things about Tim that, people tell me, personal people who know him, family members and stuff like that. That's just, it's just all over
Yeah,
the place. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right, Josh?
yeah, nasty work, man.
Yeah. I
Crazy
Nasty
understand.
story,
work.
fellas.
We might want Tim on the show, so I ain't gonna say too much.
Tim,
Hey, well, I ain't coming on the show. You talking shit about me,
Tim, Timmy would he'd keep it 100 with you as far as like his kids and stuff. Like he'd tell you like, yeah, they don't have a shot at like nothing. So, we just gonna let it run its course for what it is. Like he's like that type of person.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And like once again, and I'm always one of those who's always grateful. I'm definitely, while we were doing it and doing the practice, it was definitely fun, man, and it was good. It was it was an honor coaching you guys and all the pro talent, and even with Tim, there was a few practices Tim came to, and he was just letting me handle everything. He was like, "Yo, coach, take over, like this and that," and so definitely I respect the opportunity and appreciate the opportunity, but you know what, man, like we were talking about, sometimes that's what it's all about. And this, when you get to this level, it's like you just see so many things. There's an agenda. So it's not really about you. It's nothing personal. There's just an actual agenda. There's an actual politics that are taking place. And we're
Yeah,
gonna have a
man.
bunch of those guys come on the show as well and talk about that. But there is definitely such an agenda in basketball. And did you ever go back to TB? Did you ever play the next? You were done, right?
Nah, so I played a couple more years after that. I
Okay.
played for We Are D3. I
Oh, okay.
played for a team in Ohio.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Dang, I forgot. Miak something, Mac something. I forgot what it was called. That was it for me. I think I'm done with TBT, man. Just
Yeah.
seems like a waste of time now. Like,
Yes, it was, yeah.
Close the book on that one, huh?
Yeah, man.
yeah, like I think it really just depends on the team you're on. Like, if you got a squad that's really dialed in and y'all want to win, that'll be the perfect team to play on. But if you playing on a team where everybody's want to get stats and all of that, nah, don't even waste your time.
I was thinking about, I don't know, making my own TBT team at some point, and then rock with it. But let's see.
It could possibly be a good look. You really just gotta have the right people, yo.
You just got the right
That's literally
people,
what
bro.
that is.
Yeah.
You just gotta have the right people in that's really gonna dial in and really want to win. They don't care about scoring.
Yeah. But wait, Tom, bro, did this guy really think it was gonna work out like that? That he recruited a bunch of guys, then he brought a whole bunch of other guys, and then he was gonna come on the same day and start coaching everybody to win something? Like, I can't believe like he actually thought there was something was gonna come out of that. Like, that's how it works. I mean, even when you know from the high school level and collegiate level, you gotta have we just talk about this all the time with the New York Knicks. Like, you can't have a way where it's like you don't know the rotation, you don't know what you don't have an identity yet, and then you expect on game days or playoffs or something to perform when you got teams that have their shit figured out months ago. So
Yeah, it just doesn't add up.
it doesn't add up, and that's exactly what happened with TBT. Like, he literally he had a whole different game. He switched up his game plan last minute with the players and the system and everything, and he thought he was gonna rock with it. And yeah, I remember, Josh, what happened that first game? We got our asses kicked. I don't know if you can hear me.
Mm.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Josh.
Can't hear you.
Nope.
No. Can't hear you. Yeah.
Nah.
So we can't hear him, but I'll tell you what, man, those were some good times, and until Josh comes back and we wrap it up with him, we can talk about what does my guy over here say?
J-Rod has left the building. He was here.
What do you say? If you ever played overseas,
There we go. There we go.
yeah. Now I was just telling the Jarrell in the audience that, and the fact that Tim Thomas just decided last minute, like, he was going to switch up everything, switch up the roster, switch up the coaching identity, switch up the freaking system. I was like, bro, where do you feel like that was going to work? Like, what?
Yeah.
That does, like, where in life? I don't care if it's the varsity level, the college, collegiate, where does that work? You can't just come and switch things last minute, expect to win. From what I remember, we got our asses kicked that game.
Just hoping and praying and wishing. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Oh, you're on mute, Josh.
Man. Nah, Josh.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, my fault. Yeah, so
No.
we got smacked by that Arkansas team.
Yeah. Bro, I was so happy in a way, bro.
We lost by like 30 some points, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a horrible game. Everybody played terrible. Like,
bro, I was just like,
everybody.
I was just like, that shit wouldn't happen if I was coaching right now. That's all I was thinking. And bro,
yeah, Tim ain't really coached though. Tim wasn't even really coaching. He was just sitting there.
Nah, bro. He and even right now in Paramus or wherever the high school, he's not coaching. He got what's his name? His boy. Shit, what was his name? Skinny light skinned brother. I forgot his name. Which is his boy. He basically put him in charge. But Either way, man, those were some interesting time. But that's basically when you look at your career and all the different things, man. You've been around, and what the beautiful thing I could say about it, man, Josh, you're still going, bro. You're still going, and right now you're probably going to be headed back to overseas. And bro, a lot of people cannot say that, man. A lot of people cannot say that about their basketball career. Usually, at some point, they just have to call it quits, or at some point, something happens where they just can't do it. But God bless, man. You're still doing your thing. And what's coming up now? What are you thinking for the future now? What do you feel you want to get into now? What teams or where are you overseas?
So right now I'm trying to get into playing in NBA Africa. But for the time being, I'm just doing like physical therapy. I'm just trying to get like my body back. I've been having like nerve irritations going on. So like me standing up for too long be hurting me and all of this stuff. But that was because I had did like a wrong placement turn in practice one day, and it kind of like messed up my lower back and then made my leg numb and all of that. So I'm like recovering from that. So I say right now I'm probably like in like 85% right now.
Yo, Jay's good with that stuff, the training and nutritious shit. I think you should go to LA. He'll hook you up.
Yeah, definitely.
All the
So
training, nutrition, and nerve damage, and whatever's connected. Something I used to do before I copped on this show with Immi. But yeah, man, I hear you, man. You definitely, you got to get that working out, because 85% is still high, though. That's pretty good for what it sounds like happened to you. But obviously 100% is the main goal at this point in your life.
Yeah, like before I couldn't stand up straight. Now, like I did like some realignment. I got some realignment done. I've been doing like the shock stuff. I've been doing like stretching, even though it hurts to stretch. Well, it was hurting me to stretch. If I was to sleep on my side, yeah, it's like my lower back, and then like my muscles are like tight. They're like in a protective state, so I get like those spasms. Not even my hamstrings. Like my hamstrings are good. It's just like I would feel that it's like the shock pains in like my legs. It's like my thighs, my quads, my calves. But that's like if I'm trying to do something strenuous.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But, like,
85%
right now, I'm good.
like I said, man. But you're working your way back up to 100%. And we wish the best for you, Josh. It was a great interview today. We got a lot of knowledge. And we got to hear stories.
Yeah, man.
And,
Definitely, man. Josh,
great, man.
I'm gonna give you like some hot take questions real quick before you leave. I was gonna say, who's the toughest player you ever had to guard?
Kyrie.
Okay. That's another thing.
It's a thin line between Kyrie and Lou Williams. I played against Lou Williams at the Rumph Classic in Philly, and he killed us. He had like 60-something points on this, bro.
Sheesh. Go to Lou. And,
yeah, I know. Lou Williams, he's still a bucket.
Yeah, bro. He's even his last year in the NBA, bro. He was nice. You played for Philly, right? You retired with Philly? Yeah, I think Lou Williams was playing for Philly, right, before he retired.
He hopped all over the place, man. I can't be certain.
For so many different teams, man.
He was a hop. He moved and shake and move.
And Kyrie, for sure. I know Josh and Kyrie definitely have a good relationship. How you guys? You guys still stay in touch?
Yeah, all the time. I still talk to Kyrie here and there and stuff. Definitely, it's my guy, man, since third grade.
Sheesh. Let him know.
Right? Me, him, and his sister and my older brother went to the same elementary school together when they were living in Newark, and then they left like 2 years after, and then we used to meet up with them, playing against them and stuff like that, like basketball stuff. So,
yeah, who's got the best food overseas? Wherever all the places you played.
It's the toughest question yet.
Yeah.
Word. I say honest. I feel like it'll be Mexico for real.
Mexico. I wasn't expecting that.
Cause Bahrain is so US influenced. Bro, I was eating like Raising Cane's and Subway and like like that type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I
Because that's
ate
the thing.
Bahraini
Bahrain
food, but
wants
it
to,
wasn't like
yeah, Bahrain wants to basically be like, oh, we need to make
Okay.
Americans happy here. So that's what they're probably doing. But Mexico probably like take a look at our culture, right? Is that what you think?
Or authentic type.
uh I mean, shoot, Mexican food is just good all around.
Yeah. Mexico. So Mexico is
But
good. All right.
yeah, I'll say they're the worst. France for sure.
Oh wow.
French food is disgusting. Yeah.
Give me some examples. What's so disgusting?
Like they don't put like flavor, no seasoning and stuff. Like it just seems like they just cook it straight from whatever's there. Like they catch a
From
fish
the
out
earth.
the sea, they just gonna cook the fish. Like don't put no season on it, nothing. Like
It's so crazy
Damn.
because French cuisine is supposed to be like luxury. Like it's supposed to feel like
The
I
most
think it's
luxury.
just the
expensive stuff don't
aesthetic.
taste the best, man.
It's the
That's
aesthetic,
what it
bro.
is.
I ate in the Eiffel Tower. It was nice. You know, the way they speak French and all of that stuff. They had like a fixed menu. There's certain chefs were only cooking certain things. And everything he made was just nasty. I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. All right. Pay so much money
Appreciate
for
the
that
honesty.
drink.
Appreciate the honesty.
What's
All
your
right.
advice right now? I'm about to call you Kyrie. Josh, what's your advice right now for someone who's maybe even in high school or about to get out of high school and he's trying to live the dream? What's your advice right now for him?
Man, stay the course, bro. Like what your life could really change in 1 year. It really can. Even when it feel like it's not um, obviously you'll catch a break, but also um fall more in love with the journey more so than what you want your result to be. Because if you fall in love with just the result and stuff, you feel like you'll never get there because you always got to go through some tumultuous time to get to where you want to get to in life.
It's deep.
Like,
It's deep.
just imagine having to be in the gym and you just working on shooting threes all day, every
Right,
day for the next 365 days. It's just like you get tired of it, it gets boring.
right.
But like you fall in love with that, you don't really worry about the result. And you feel like the result just comes faster in that way.
No.
So
Fall in
and
love with the
also
Yeah,
the
process.
network. Networking now matters the most more than
sheesh.
anything. Network network works wonders. And then also you don't know who's watching. So always
Yeah,
be a good person too. Always. Always gotta be a good person, people. You never know who's watching, bro. Like just for
100%.
instance, bro, you was just telling me that Jay know all this stuff about the nerve stuff. Like I obviously, this is my first time, I didn't know that. So now I
Yeah,
know that's somebody I can come to,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
man,
Networking.
Now if
definitely.
I got on here and I was a dickhead and all of that stuff, it's like, it's over. But it, it's funny,
Yo,
but
Jay,
like,
shut up,
it,
bro.
it makes
Man,
sense. Yeah, like, if I was just like, I
like
don't
Jay,
want
I
to
don't
be
know you, bro. I'm here for Emmy, bro. Shut up, Jay. I don't know
Right.
you.
yeah, like yeah, but like certain people just be thinking they just like they're bigger than the program, but I can't stand people like that.
Nah, bro.
I don't like
100%.
that,
Everybody
bro.
got to get
Don't
on
Nah,
board.
ever
man.
don't.
Those people,
Mm,
yeah, those people like Tim Thomas. Those people are basically.
Hey man, we need him. We need Tim. Cut it out.
Oh, yeah, nah, I love Tim. I love Tim. Yo, I heard Tim at the end was like letting everybody know, like, yo, if y'all need me for, uh,
yeah, going
referrals or
overseas and
recommendations and
referrals and
shit,
all
he said
that.
the same
Yeah,
to me too. So like,
no, nobody reached out to him.
Dang,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like,
crazy right now.
yeah, bro, I feel like it's a different guy. But I'm not gonna say anything about him because we might have him on the show. But nah, bro, I think those are solid advices, bro, and 100% networking, and that's how bro. If you're a good person, bro, people are always gonna like want to be around you, and people will help you, and that's all it is, bro. You can't open doors by yourself. Sometimes you need people to help you.
The
Yeah,
So
doors are
that's
bro.
heavy, man. The doors are heavy.
Everybody's gonna need somebody for something someday.
yeah,
You just never
100%.
know when it's gonna be. You just never know, bro.
Josh, man, it's been a pleasure. I'm gonna ask you this last question before
Yeah,
I
for
wrap it
sure,
up with
man.
you, man. LeBron or MJ?
Say the right thing, Josh.
I'm going. I'm going with LeBron,
That's
man.
my
Of
guy,
course.
Josh Treadwell. Best guest we've ever had on this
Yeah.
show. Oh yeah.
Oh
You
my
gotta
god.
Oh
go with
yeah.
LeBron, man.
What are you Why? Why?
He doesn't have
Because
to say why, man. He said it.
not only is he's excelling just so profusely in basketball,
I
his
get what
off
he's
the
doing.
court stuff amounts just to how great he is, bro. Like the stuff
That's
that
fair.
he's invested in, the stuff that he's done for the community,
Yeah.
and he's 41, still doing stuff he was doing when he was like 25, 28.
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
amazing. That's really
mhm.
amazing to see and to watch. Like, yeah, Jordan on the Wizards, he was still doing Jordan things, but Jordan was like 38 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
And Jordan wasn't the Jordan that everyone used to know. LeBron is still LeBron. Like he's still LeBron James. Like
Preach.
still. It's really like the only difference between Miami Heat LeBron and LeBron now is wear and tear. Literally, I swear I think that's the only like difference between them is the wear and tear. Like he even said in his interview, he said, "Bro, every game is a TBD.
Mm.
Every game is to be determined, but he
Yeah,
still
yeah.
go out there and get to it. He out here windmill dunking on people and all of this, and it's like, bro, 41 doing that? That's
Right.
crazy.
This is nasty work. Listen, Josh, we got the great debate on April 13th. LeBron versus Jordan, who's the real GOAT? We're gonna have a bunch of people here talking and discussing. And if you want to come on and put on your input on the LeBron side, my side, Emmy's the Jordan side, please feel free to
Of
come in.
course.
Of
Please
And
feel free
course,
to
bro.
come in.
You know what? Count me in. I'm
It's,
there for it.
it's
I'm
a
there
great
for
debate.
that.
not this
It's
guy,
gonna be a
bro. I know we
crazy
have
show.
giveaways, and we're gonna have giveaways and all that stuff as well for like people who had the best takes, the best debate points, all that stuff like that. So that'll be fun too. But yeah, man, LeBron is
I'm telling you,
man.
man.
Like, come on, bro. The guy went started a whole thing with D Wade and this and that. And he went and freaking Kyrie, and
And
then
nobody's ever
MJ.
beat LeBron's score. No one's ever going to score more than LeBron in the NBA. It's
Nobody.
over. Like that, I think that title's over. I think LeBron has about 2, 3 more years to just score about 5,000 more points. Nobody's
Maybe
making it that long in the NBA career to do that.
Nope.
I know because I feel like LeBron wants to make sure he's known that he's the GOAT. And if you hear MJ, I'm just like,
Transcendent
no, there's
generation.
no GOAT. There's no such thing as the GOAT. MJ handles it very humbly. He's like, there's no GOAT, man. There's just different levels. He's like, if you do that, then you're what about the greats that I learned from? And then, like Oscar Robinson and all these other guys. And then he's like, well, LeBron learned from me and he learned from others. And so he kind of like put the GOAT thing, which is humbly respected as the GOAT to say. But um
Wow.
but look, I feel like 100% April 13th is going to be a good point. Look, there's no doubt LeBron is LeBron. Like he's one of the greatest. He is one of the greatest. I will admit that. I'm not going to say LeBron's trash or something. That's not a realistic point. Because like you just said, longevity is, and then he's not only playing. Like there are a lot of guys. Like Vince Carter played for a long time. There's a lot of guys that played, but he's still relevant to his team's success, and he's bringing good statistics. Point, he's scoring and he's helping his team.
Yeah.
Still at this age and level, so you gotta give him props. I just don't know though. You guys tell me this real quick. I just don't know if that's a LeBron thing or is it the times type of thing. Are we walking into times where some of these guys can stay young and healthy compared to those guys back in the freaking 90s and 2000s? We won't know until for the next. Maybe Luka Doncic could play till he's 43. I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, just hypothetically, maybe Anthony Edwards can play till he's 44, 45.
The answer
So
that question can't be answered for another
we
decade.
can't answer that right now. So maybe it's because
Yeah.
these guys are treating their bodies differently. They're playing a little differently with technology nowadays. Maybe it's it's a plus. Who knows? But all right, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, technology is different nowadays,
Yeah.
Like there's so many outlets and resources to where people can just get better at like the drop of a dime, bro. Like think about when Kobe tore his Achilles. He came back in less than a year. Like that's not no injury. You come back less than a year for.
People
You
are
know,
Bro,
doing
look
it.
at this guy
Now.
Tatum.
Tatum.
but look, Jason Tatum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
People are doing
Paul
it more.
George
and more.
was out for 1 season. He broke his leg.
I'm
And
telling
his
you, bro.
leg snapped off. You know,
Nobody
it's just
thought Paul
like
George was going to come back after seeing that video. That's insane.
Yeah.
right,
But,
exactly. So
yeah.
it's technology is different, bro.
Yeah, man.
Back
Yeah.
then they'd have put a bandage over you, just like, hey man, you better heal up.
Right.
We
Oh,
need you
exactly.
for game
Yeah.
3. Yeah,
And,
like you know.
Just check.
and
come
back then
play.
they're probably like the doctors back then are probably telling them like, you're done, bro. Career-ending injury, bro. You're done.
Yeah,
You're
right,
done career.
exactly.
Yeah, and that's what
They
it is.
had
They
flew Kobe overseas to get his Achilles surgery.
Yeah.
Like that's how you know it's more advanced.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I
So
think we're heading in different times, but Josh Treadwell, professional basketball player, overseas, Division I talent, still man at elite level, and he's still going. And so you guys will find
appreciate
out what his
y'all, man.
next ventures are, bro. But on the Jay and Immi Show, Josh Treadwell, man, we wish you best of luck, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
We'll see you on the 13th, Josh. On the 13th, we will see you back here.
Yeah, I'll be back for sure.
Nah, we're not bringing him back on.
Hey. I'll bring him back. Cool, man.
That's crazy.
It's all right. Let
Let
the LeBron haters hate, bro. It's all right.
Exactly.
We're gonna settle this April 13th.
We're gonna settle it once and for all.
Bro.
Yeah, man. All right, man.
All right, bro. Take care, Josh.
Take
All
care,
right, y'all too.
All right. Bye.
Josh Treadwell, ladies and gentlemen.
We got a LeBron fan.
I
on my
cannot
side.
believe he hit me with that, bro. I can't believe he hit me with that.
He's a real one. That's why,
Damn, that's my brother.
My team is stacking up pretty high now. I got a good.
That's my brother, and he just hit me right in the gut with that.
I got Treadwell. I got Nixonator. I got some people on my team, bro.
Wait, Nixonator said that?
Nixonator said he's a LeBron fan, dude. He's coming back. He's a LeBron fan. I might even have J-Rod. I don't know. J-Rod might be a LeBron on my team too. So my team's stacking up pretty well.
I'm gonna bring Stephen A. Smith.
We're gonna come take you guys out.
I'm gonna bring Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Oh, don't bring that guy here. He's not allowed on the show.
I'm gonna bring Stephen A.
Stephen A's not allowed here.
Stephen A.
No.
And he's supposed to be part of our network, Coast to Coast Network. I think we're supposed to give him a job somewhere here, somewhere.
Yeah, we'll give him something. You go talk about cricket in India or something like that.
There's no way you could tell me that Katutu cannot hit a six.
Yeah, send him over there.
Yeah. Well,
cricket.
as you guys know, man, this was a good show today, man. We had Josh Treadwell today. I'll just wrap it up here, and I'll just say this. Look, other than that, you guys know what happened with the Knicks yesterday. A humiliating loss to the Houston Rockets. Same thing we were talking about last time. We had a bunch of guests on, and we said the same thing. The Knicks just don't have the tenacity. They don't have the aggressiveness. They don't have the mindset. They don't have They don't have the chemistry. They don't have the camaraderie. They don't have the unity. They don't have the freaking identity. So I can go on and on and on and on. And it's just so despicable watching them play. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. And every team, like I said this last time, whoever wants it more is going to get it. If you don't care to win and you play the Knicks, most likely the Knicks will win. But if you want that shit really bad and you're playing the Knicks, oh yeah, you're gonna win because the Knicks are not gonna. They're not gonna compete. They're not gonna compete. This team is not meant to compete. This team's mentality is not ready to compete, and it goes to the coaching staff. I've come to conclusion. Mike Brown was the worst decision the Knicks made. I've come to the conclusion that Tom Thibodeau leaving was also the worst decision. The decision that Knicks made.
I'm still on the fence about that one. I hear you, but I switch sides every day. I don't know if Tibbs was the worst decision yet to leave. You know, he wasn't. He had no rotations, and it bothered me every day.
Yeah, so but you know what, bro. But here's the problem. He ain't doing any good rotations here either. So here's the thing. That's what I'm saying, right? Like I told you, bro. I went in saying like, all right, listen. We're basically analysts of the game. Okay, we analyze the game. I know I'm not being stupid here. I know that we were gonna take a hit with the defensive and the aggressive mindset, but I thought that was gonna get covered with amazing basketball, amazing rotation, amazing offense sets, amazing systematic. We're not getting that shit either. So I'd rather go get Tom Thibodeau's hustle mindset and just run with that. Yeah, you're right. You know this better than anybody. We used to always argue about how he would suck with his rotation, but it's not like this guy's doing something great with his rotation either.
No, but again, you can't fault him too much, man. First year with the team, not like we're gonna get rid of him after year one. That's impossible. We're gonna let him stay again for year two. You know that, and I know that. And first year with the team, there's not many coaches out there that won in their first year with a new team. He still has a lot of shit to figure out. Jordan is Jordan, NASCAR Jordan, LeBron's 41 want to be out there. I'm not sure what side you're on with that, but I'm gonna guess LeBron.
Why? Hold on. Yeah, maybe Cooper Flag. Maybe he is 18, 19. Yeah. I mean, look, just to add to that, like, but after I was saying was like, LeBron is playing long because, like we just said, there's technology has gotten better. A lot of things have gotten better. People are taking care of their bodies a little bit better. And who's to say that another player can't do that as we're going in? We have to judge MJ, but if you look at MJ's freaking, I guess you could say, era, by 32 you were done basically. Okay, so by 31 you were considered done, and the whole league knew it. It was just the culture at the time, probably because they probably started eating freaking food, like fattening foods, and they started like effing around and stuff. So like they started to stop caring, and they probably didn't have the technology and the the whole nutritious systems that they have nowadays. And people are telling you nowadays what to stay away from, what not to stay away from. And you could right away be like, what? We used to eat that all the time. Oh, that shit's bad for you. Oh, I didn't know. And back then, I bet you those guys were eating that and they didn't care. So,
whatever the hell they wanted to eat back then.
Yeah. And most of those foods were
dinner, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So, there's no doubt that we're getting more healthier, and the older guys are still staying young because of that. So LeBron has fell into that era, and so let's see where that goes with. But to wrap up real quick with the Knicks, yeah, man, the Knicks are this is not our year, and they're done. Next season is over. They're despicable. It's done.
Not much to say about that. I mean, yeah, again, I told you, man, I don't think we're 100. Yeah, it's J-Rod. Yeah, I don't think that. Listen, second round exit, first round exit if we play Charlotte. But again, we're stuck in the third seed. I don't see us moving down or up from that third seed. So we're going to play the sixth seed, and it looks like it's either going to be Toronto or Philly. I don't see Charlotte getting up to that sixth seed. It's not impossible, but it's looking like it's either going to be Toronto, Philly, or Atlanta. Excuse me. So one of those three teams is going to be the teams that we're going to play. Who would you want per se? Anybody? Or you just don't give a shit?
I don't give a shit anymore.
Okay, yeah, because second round.
Normally I would say Toronto, but nah, bro, that team's despicable to watch.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Houston is not even that good. Like they're good. They're a good team, but they're not like OKC. Like the Houston Rockets themselves, I'm predicting will probably be a Houston themselves will probably be a second round exit too.
Losing to OKC is a bearable loss. Yeah. Losing to Houston, that's not a bearable loss because we could beat them. Again, this Knicks team, we've been speaking about it all year. Been up and down with them, but right now I feel like we're both kind of down on them, and I don't see much changing. I feel like Mike Brown needs to pull a rabbit straight up out of his ass in order for this team to, turn it around. And I don't know if he can. We have 5 or 6 games left. I think we have Memphis tonight. I don't even know if I want to watch the game. Like, just win the freaking game for all I care, And then after that, we had a couple other teams. Nobody too significant that I want to say we could really be looking forward to. I guess we got Celtics coming up, but it's the end of the season. It's the end of the season, dude. Why do these games really matter anymore at this point? These guys aren't really fighting for seeding. The Celtics might rest everybody. They have the second seed locked up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we're pretty much locked in a third. If you look at the Knicks right now, we got Memphis tonight, then Chicago Friday, Atlanta Monday, Celtics next Thursday, Raptors next Friday, and we end the season the following Sunday at home versus Charlotte. So again, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 6 games. We could easily cut that in half and go 500 in the last 6 games, easily. And then we would have freaking won 3 of our last 9 games to end the season.
Yeah, but they're not. They're gonna probably. I think they'll win today. They're gonna lose to the Bulls, and then they're gonna lose to everybody else. Even though the Bulls suck, but
win today and lose to everyone else.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Because everybody had, like you just said, everybody has something to fight for. And I'm telling you, when the Knicks have to face a team that wants that shit worse than them, they're gonna lose. This team does not have that fighting power. It's like they don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it as bad. I'm sorry, they don't. And that's I know I hate blaming the coach because he is a new coach, but I'll tell you what, that's the only difference from this year and last year's team is the coach. So the only person I can blame is the coach. So I mean, look, he took a job, he took money. So it's not, I'm not against him. It's the Knicks again. Maybe the Knicks should have just waited or hired another assistant coach or something. All right, I'm going to say it again. Please, if you're the New York Knicks, Leon Rose, reach out to Tom Thibodeau. He's not doing anything. Probably hanging out with Alec Burke somewhere and Taj Gibson somewhere. Just reach out to him.
Basement and watching TV. Who knows?
And ask if he can be a part of it. Bro, be in a freaking advisor or some shit. Give him some type of role. And that will help.
Yeah, you want that guy back, don't you?
I do, man. Well, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see you guys next week. For Jarrell Cujo, this is Immi signing off. Have a good night, guys.